So Elon Musk has become the richest man in the world, which is a thing that he did pretty quickly. I mean, it's insane to become the richest man in the world, right? That's something that everyone kind of wishes they could be. But the fact that Elon Musk did it so quickly and so efficiently is mind-boggling. So I kind of wanted to spend some time today to talk about this subject and to talk about some of the things that are going on with Elon Musk and his projects, to highlight a lot of the things that are going on today, because honestly, Elon Musk is probably one of the most influential people on the planet today, just by the projects that he's out on right now, the things that he's doing to advance humanity, according to himself, and the things that his companies are doing that have defied logic in some ways, because it's a situation that is pretty insane and incredible at the same time. So Elon Musk, you probably know him because of Tesla, maybe SpaceX, but in all reality, Elon Musk had much earlier starts than you may think, and with a company that you probably recognize. So Elon Musk's beginnings actually start way back in the 1990s. First and foremost, he briefly attended the University of Pretoria and then moved to Canada at the age of 17 to attend Queen's University, before he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania 2 years later. He there received 2 different bachelor's degrees in economics and physics. In 1995, he moved to California to begin a PhD in applied physics and material sciences at Stanford University. He then dropped out 2 days later to pursue a business career and co-founded a company called Zip2, which was a web software company, which in 1999 was acquired by Compaq for $307 million. I actually remember the Compaq brand. When I was a kid, we had Compaq monitors and stuff for our computers at home. I don't even think Compaq exists anymore. That's how old that Elon Musk's humble quote-unquote beginnings actually start. He then went on to found X.com, which was an online bank, very revolutionary at the time, very few other competitors in the situation, which merged with Confinity in 2000 and then launched PayPal the previous year. And then in October of 2002, it was bought by eBay for $1.5 billion. So within those few years, Elon Musk revolutionized how online banking works with PayPal by merging with another company that was also chasing the idea and formulating the company that we all know and probably use today. In May of 2002, Musk founded SpaceX, which you probably know about, which is an aerospace manufacturer and space transport service company. He is still the CEO and lead designer of it. He then joined Tesla Motors, which is now Tesla, in 2004, which was the year after it was founded. He became the product architect that year and the CEO in 2008. In 2006, he helped create Solar City, which is a solar energy services company, one of the biggest around. In 2015, he co-founded OpenAI, which is a nonprofit that aims to promote friendly artificial intelligence. In 2016, he co-founded Neuralink, which is a neurotechnology company focused on developing brain and computer interfaces. In December of 2016, he founded The Boring Company, which is an infrastructure and tunnel construction company, which is trying to build tunnels optimized for electric vehicles to help solve traffic problems in major cities. He's helped envision an open-sourced high-speed transportation system called the Hyperloop based on the concept of a VAC train. So with all of these different companies and ideas and projects bouncing around, it's been a quite meteoric rise for Elon Musk, who just passed Jeff Bezos, who is, of course, one of the founders of Amazon, as the richest man in the world. As a matter of fact, as of right now, Elon Musk is worth a whopping, unbelievable, $185 billion, okay? So on Thursday, Tesla's share price pushed Musk past Jeff Bezos, who had been the richest person since 2017, and as of right now is currently worth about $184 billion. Musk's surge of wealth over the past year or so is the fastest rise to the top of the rich list in history, and follows after at one point Elon was basically on the brink of bankruptcy. What is not really heavily publicized is that Tesla and his other companies were extremely hard hit by the economic recession in the late 2000s. As a matter of fact, it was so bad that he had basically poured the rest of what he had into his companies, and they were quite literally days away at Tesla from having to shut down permanently and going out of business because they were running out of capital. Now Tesla is one of the most valuable companies on planet Earth. They are the face of electric vehicles going forward at this point, and the name Tesla is basically synonymous with the future, it seems like. So it's been quite the story for Elon Musk, but I also want to highlight what his companies are doing and what he's doing with his money that is supposed to be benefiting the general population, and what he's doing to help promote better lifestyles for humans. So I want to start with Neuralink because it's one of the more underrated projects. Basically, they're trying to build, I guess, like a computer chip that can be installed and removed from your brain at any time, and what it'll do is exponentially speed up the abilities of your brain and allow you to think basically better. That's what they're trying to market it as. They're making it out as if Implanting this chip into your brain or whatever, which once again can be surgically removed at any time if you choose to, basically builds on the natural structure of your brain and how it thinks and processes and helps speed up a lot of the processes and makes it more efficient that way. The average IQ of humans could rise significantly if this chip were to be implanted. This is supposed to make humans not only smarter but more advanced, able to more easily critically think, make better decisions, do it quicker, along with many more promising developments down the road. Obviously, this is quite controversial. A lot of people are afraid of the idea of brain implants and microchipping and things like that. There's been countless conspiracy theories about it and different crazy stuff going on with that, but Neuralink has been making progress ever since their inception, and probably within the next few decades, they will actually have commercially available products and actually be doing work, if not even sooner than that. A lot of scientists are very skeptical about their ideas and the progress so far. But skepticism is something that Elon Musk and his companies have faced pretty much throughout the entire history, right? There was probably a point in time where the idea of PayPal was so far-fetched that people would laugh Elon out of the room. Oh, what, we're going to trade money online? We're going to bank online? Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. We'll always have the traditional financial institutions. Obviously, you have Tesla, which is manufacturing electric vehicles that are basically considered the future of transportation for humanity. Obviously, this is a big move in fighting things like carbon emissions, global warming, greenhouse gases, and some of the other issues that we have with petroleum-fueled vehicles and things like that. Tesla has been doing phenomenal. They've been turning profits. They have been meeting expectations, if not surpassing them, on vehicle deliveries, things like that. They're trying to lower the price of their vehicles to make them more consumer affordable and friendly. They're very technologically advanced vehicles. Obviously, people think of like their abilities to basically drive themselves and navigate themselves. Then you have SpaceX, which is in contract with NASA to basically help it's almost like the second space organization of the United States, if we're being honest. SpaceX has been creating rockets that they consider reusable. They can land themselves after taking off. It's exponentially cheaper than the options that were on the table before, and SpaceX envisions with their technology and their future developments that they will be the front runners in helping humans help colonize places like Mars and other areas of the solar system and hopefully at some point the galaxy. They want to make it more commercially available for humans to actually experience space flight because as of right now, I mean, you would be spending a pretty penny to go into space. But SpaceX is one of the first companies designed and actually doing something to make space cool again, is what I would say. I think SpaceX, and with their help at NASA, have helped make the idea of going to space a lot cooler. They're very likely to be a big part and component of the Artemis project, which is NASA's new project to build a lunar base on the moon, which will later be used to help humans travel and send supplies to places like Mars when we eventually colonize those. That's even crazy for me to say, honestly. You have companies like Solar City, which also are trying to fight the idea of greenhouse gases, dependence on fossil fuels with solar panel technology and whatnot, trying to create clean power and energy at a widespread scale in homes and businesses. You also have a company like The Boring Company, which is one of my favorite projects, actually, of Elon Musk's, where they're basically proponents of digging these underground tunnels that at high speeds can transport people through electric vehicles around, basically creating what I would call like futuristic subways that are extremely safe and extremely efficient to solve the traffic problem. I mean, you go to a lot of major metropolitan areas and there's so much congestion from the traffic that it's almost impossible. Like, people in LA complain that just to get to the other side of the city, it can sometimes take like 3 to 4 hours because of standstill traffic or construction projects, things like that, right? And as Elon Musk has stated, one of the big issues with our traffic patterns as humans is that we're basically building traffic on a 2D scale, right? You know, we build highways up above, we build like elevated highways and bridges, sometimes we build tunnels, but the amount of room that you have to build and construct tunnels like the Boring Company would is infinitely higher than how you can build roads and stuff up into the sky. So it's easier to solve traffic problems and to mitigate these problems by doing it underground instead of doing it at surface level or above. The Boring Company has provided several different options with their Hyperloop. I believe they're planning to do one in like Las Vegas. They want to do one, I think, on the west coast of California to make travel between the major metropolitans there quicker. I've seen concepts of a Hyperloop between like Washington, D.C. to Boston up the East Coast and around. And these concepts would significantly improve traffic conditions on the road if people actually used them, because there'd be less cars and there'd be less traffic and standstill and whatnot, but also it would make travel more efficient and probably also a lot safer and more environmentally friendly if they did it with electric vehicles. So you look at all these crazy and incredible things that Elon Musk is trying to do to benefit humanity, and you realize that he's now the richest person in the world, and Honestly, I can't say that it's not incredible. I mean, I understand that there's a lot of anti-billionaire sentiment going on, especially with everything that's been happening recently, but I genuinely think that when you have a billionaire like this, who has all these different companies that are working on actually solving problems for humanity, I genuinely believe that that is a good thing. I think that that's very beneficial. I mean, if we can have a billionaire who uses his money to make electric vehicles cool, to phase out the petroleum-fueled vehicles, to make humans smarter and more adaptive to their environments, to allow humans to more easily go up into space and do things outside of Earth, pushing humanity forward, someone who literally revolutionized our banking and how we transfer money through the internet, who wants to solve traffic problems. I think that that's a good thing, and I think that that's quite incredible. The amount of time that he spends on these projects, I think, are quite overlooked, and I think the amount of work that he puts into them with the companies is also quite overlooked. So I just wanted to make a video talking about this. Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world, and these are all the projects that are going on. I also forgot to mention Starlink, which I think is part of SpaceX, basically providing cost-efficient, high-speed internet access through satellites in space to people pretty much anywhere in the world. I think that's quite fucking phenomenal, even though there have been some concerns that it could affect some of our, telescope systems and other things going on due to the light that reflects off of them. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, definitely not Elon Musk, and signing out.